Oh, okay. So, I'm someone who likes to do a lot of things alone. I am not someone who likes to kind of do things just for the sake of doing it with someone else. If I'm gonna do something, I'm going to do it regardless whether or not I have someone to accompany me in that task. It's come up a lot of times in conversation, the art of doing things alone, and I think a lot of people are not so comfortable with doing that. And I find that interesting for a few reasons. I am someone who, generally speaking, even when I'm with my closest of friends, I'm not fully relaxed unless I am by myself. That comes from an element of, I guess, feeling like when I'm around other people, there's something I have to sort of switch on. It's not necessarily a massive change, and it varies depending on who I'm with. And like I said, with people I'm close with, it's not so big of a change, but I sort of have to be a functioning human that can interact with people. Whereas when I'm by myself, I can kind of just, I don't know, let that melt away. I don't know. I guess I just feel my most at ease when I'm by myself. Also, I find it interesting that people can't do things alone because it means they shy away from doing certain things that they might want to do just because they don't have someone to go with. And I mean, I even do this myself to an extent. Like, there are definitely certain activities or places I'm not gonna go by myself because it feels kind of odd or not right. But I think that there's actually so much you can do by yourself, and I think it's fun and important to do those things. I don't want to, it sounds like a dramatic word to say, but I don't want to deprive myself of experiences just because I can't do them with someone else. I want to always be able to do the things I want, and I don't ever want to be reliant on other people to help me get the experiences that I want or need. Being able to spend time alone is important for a few reasons. A while ago, I watched a video essay by a YouTuber I love called Amanda. I'll link it down below. But she talked about when it comes to being alone, how it's actually quite a useful tool for being a better friend. I might be butchering how she said this, but essentially, how can you expect other people to enjoy spending time with you if you can't even spend 5 minutes alone with you? I think that generally it's good to spend time alone with your thoughts. Now, obviously, there is this danger that people are scared of too much introspection, kind of spending too much time alone, and suddenly certain thoughts creep in and you get into a spiral and you just go down, 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 down to that deliciously dark rock bottom. And trust me, as someone who has spent a lot of time alone, I have been there. But I almost feel now I'm at a point where I feel like when you've reached that place and you have also become aware of how you got to that place, it's kind of easier to just redirect your thoughts elsewhere and be like, no, not today. I don't need to think about all of my fatal flaws and why everyone secretly hates me today. That's just not useful. I'm just going to enjoy this coffee shop. I also think if you don't spend time alone, you're never really going to understand what you're like as a person, in my opinion. I think that that time spent alone, spent with your own thoughts, is when you best get to know yourself in a way. And through that process, you're able to then learn about yourself and be like, oh, okay, I actually like who I am and I love spending time with myself, and I think that's great. Or on the other side, you can find out, oh, I don't like spending time alone. I don't like the kind of person I am when I'm by myself. What can I do to kind of work on this and become a person who I am comfortable spending time alone with? Obviously, you can learn about yourself through the experiences you have with other people. That's obviously undeniably true. But I think that spending time alone is ultimately a very valuable tool. Introspection doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. It can actually be really nice. If you haven't done anything by yourself in a while, I recommend go and grab a coffee, go walk around a park, go to a museum, an art gallery, even try dining out alone. That one is kind of scary, I won't lie. That's one of the only things that I've done alone that I've thought, oh, this feels wrong. But I think years of building up spending time alone prepared me for that moment, and it just became a really interesting exercise, I guess, to kind of see how that felt. Being able to spend time alone also just does give you a freedom. You're not restricted, like I said, by relying on anyone to do the things that you want to do. And we all deserve to be able to do the things we want to do so long as they're not harming anyone else. So why limit yourself? Go do something alone. I recommend it. It's just as healthy as spending quality time with people you love. Spend some quality time with yourself. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and yeah, I will see you next week. Okay, that's a video. Goodbye, goodbye, ta-ta. This is my second time recording this because the lighting was bad and I think the lamp on looks better. Anyways, spending time being what? Oh.